Great.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our Monday evening community call. We get together every Monday night to share great things that are going on in the world of LifeWave. And welcome, everyone. If you're brand new, a special warm welcome. We love having you here. This is one of our most important calls of the week where we give company updates, we share promotions, we celebrate people, we share what's going on. And this evening we got a lot of wonderful things to share. So my name is Robin, and Gregory and I are co-hosting this evening with all of you. And I'm going to jump in. I'm going to turn it over to Gregory to talk about the good news of the week.
Okay, and I'll jump in. And good evening, everyone. And I love waking up on Monday morning to LifeWave surprises, and I hope all of you are registered for the LifeWave weekly emails. But we found this in our inbox this morning. Now we can boost our bonuses. So a very special promotion that goes just for this week, okay? And it's everywhere except Taiwan. But, it's an incentive to get out to new folks and folks that are already in your group and support them in either joining us as a gold or a diamond or upgrading to a gold or diamond. And, people join wherever it's right for them. Some people step in at the bronze level and then move up to silver, then they move up to gold, maybe into platinum and diamond. But there's a really exciting, stair-step additional incentive. This is over and above the product introduction bonuses. So normally when you enroll a new diamond, you're going to make between $200 and $500, okay? So now when you enroll a new diamond, you're going to make between $500 and $800. That's very exciting. There's some serious additional cash the company's putting on the table for us this week. And so I encourage everyone, there's a link in the newsletter, or you can go into your back office under promotions and download all the detailed information. They have a nice little FAQ sheet that, I encourage everyone to avail themselves of, that tells about the details of the program. But it's a powerful little program that, is going to, turn up the heat a little bit here in the middle of October. So I'm just very excited. And if we can help any of you move your folks down the pathway towards, gold and diamond, please let us know. And that's what I had to show this morning, or excuse me, this evening, Robin. So I will turn it back over to you.
And let's see here. Thank you, Gregory. Now you have to let me come back on.
Oh,
we'll get this figured out. Yes.
Let's see. Where did you go? Make host. Here, I'll make you the host, Robin.
Okay. Thank you.
There you go.
Okay. I'm back. Hi, everybody. So the second great bit of news, I think everyone is learning about this one. Wednesday at 5 p.m., our very own founder, CEO, scientist, inventor, and amazing guy, David Schmidt, is going to be doing a special program for our team, the Live Younger community. And his orientation is going to be for healthcare practitioners, although everybody's invited. And when I say everybody, I mean everybody. Well, at least the first 500 people that show up. The rest of you are going to have to watch it on Facebook Live or on YouTube. So David is going to be giving an overview of LifeWave and our technology, and we've taken questions from healthcare practitioners. So if you're one of those and you have a special question for David, please send it to me at rbmascari@mac.com, and I'll put that in the chat section so you have that. And that is, he'll be answering questions. So guests, distributors, customers, everyone's invited, because we all want to share the great news with healthcare practitioners because they touch so many lives. So please get on a little bit early to make sure you get your seat. And we will be sharing with David Schmidt on Friday at 5 p.m. Pacific. Okay, then we have been doing this wonderful summary of the Empower series. And Michelle Niels, are you with us this evening? I'm trying to find you. And Gregory, can you see if you can, there is a Michelle, but it doesn't have a last name. So I want to make sure it's the right Michelle because we have several Michelles. And I'm going to
Yeah, I just sent her a note, Robin, and asked her, because I'm not sure which Michelle it was either, because there were two of them right next to each other. Um,
Aha.
so I bet you we're going to try this one. So let's
Okay.
see. Well,
And
you'll have
thank
to
you.
promote because you're the host now.
Okay. So promote to
She just
panelists.
raised her hand, so that's a clue.
Okay. So I got to find that. Let's see if we got the right one. Michelle will be joining as a panelist. I hope it's the right Michelle. But before we bring on Michelle, and hopefully you are with us, the Empower series is something that for those of you that were in Las Vegas in January, that wasn't everyone, but it was a lot of people. You got to experience Phil Jones. And Phil Jones he is magic. And he talks about magic words. And and they really are magic because they create engagement, they create curiosity, they influence, and amazing things happen. Because our job is really to create curiosity so people want more information. And let's see, one attendee, there we go.
I think you promoted the wrong Michelle, Robin. It's with a
Okay.
capital M.
Capital M, okay.
Mhm.
Let me find where she is, okay. And there's the hand raised. Oh, goody. All right. We'll figure this out, everybody. Thanks for your patience. We love technology. It's so wonderful when it works. And Michelle, you should be able to unmute or open up your camera now to be with us as a panelist. And let's make sure.
Okay.
There you are.
Robin, it says you cannot unmute your, oh, there we go. Okay.
You are there. So before we officially bring you on, Michelle Niels has done an amazing job of sharing some summary notes from one of the Empower series. If you go to empowerlifewave.com and put in the password X39 with a lowercase x, you'll have access to all 8 of the series. We are reviewing them. We are giving away prizes for those people that write the best notes every week. This next coming week, we're on week 4, so you can review week 4 and send me the notes. Helen, thank you very much. You put my email in the chat section, or bmascari@mac.com. And we will be picking a winner every week. Last week it was Wendy. This week it was Michelle Garrett. And so this evening, I'm going to turn things over to Michelle Neal, who's going to share with us a little bit of a summary. So back over to you.
Okay, thanks, Robin. So week 4 in the Empower series, we had the incomparable Christine Cashin, and she was a joy. What a beautiful soul, inside and out. Lovely lady. And she was just talking about how to get through, how to be inspired when you're so darn tired. And she was just a hoot. She was funny. She had lots of participation from the audience. People were chatting with her, and she was interacting with many of the attendees. And I took a few pages of notes, and I'm just going to scan these and share a few highlights. So she was talking about how to be energized. She was doing this at the end of May, I believe, or maybe the beginning of June. And, you know, we had been locked down for a couple months. And so she was saying, you know, people are feeling tired. And so she said, how can we energize? And she said, number 1, wean from the screen. And it was so funny because she said, how many of you go to bed with your phone? And several people raised their hands. And she said, well, you know, it's a problem if you drop your phone on your face when you're like falling asleep. And so she says, don't take your phone to bed. In fact, you know, wean from your screen hours before bed. She had another tip. She called it the 2-hour good mood commitment. And she said the first 2 hours of your day, just make a commitment. No matter what happens, you're gonna just be in a good mood. You're gonna be happy. And watching your negative self-talk, saying, instead of saying, oh, I'm so tired, or I can't do cold calls, or she says, instead you might say, I used to have a problem with fill in the blank. Instead of I can't lose weight, I used to not be able to lose weight, but now I have these wonderful patches, and I'm committed to changing my diet and exercising. She she talked about, she had this great little mantra, what I say comes my way. So we all of us in this, in the self-help movement, we know all about that, the power of positive self-talk. She talked about the 10 coin challenge, and she suggested that it would be a fun exercise. Take 10 dimes and put them in one of your pockets, and at the beginning of the day, and then every time you notice something positive in your environment, and especially when you pay a compliment to someone, that you move a coin from one pocket to the other. And hopefully by the end of the day, you have done that 10 times. Another suggestion Christine made was putting on your grateful goggles rather than your gotcha goggles. Finding people doing something right, your family members, your friends, your team members, and being grateful. Let's see, she talked about who are you surrounding yourself with? Are you surrounding yourself with the gainers or the drainers? She had all these great little rhymes. And I love this one. I love this. She said, the world's dark enough right now. And so be an example. Let's be the light. And she said, especially on social media, it can be a real, what show out there. And so be an example and be the light. Then she spent the last part of the call speaking about kind of like a personality type profiling. And she said, there are who people, why people, what people, and how people. And she gave a little brief explanation. And when you know who you are and you know who your prospect is, you can gauge your language. I'm not going to give it all away, but I'll just say that the who people are the ones that know everybody, like who's doing this business. The why people are the rule breakers. Curious, why do we have to do it that way? If they see a road closed sign, they go around it. I confess, I'm a why person. I'm always questioning. I'm very curious. Why? That doesn't make any sense. I'm not going to do that. Then she said the what people are driven. What do you want? They're laser focused, cut to the chase. They don't usually delegate because they feel they can do it better. So she said, and the how people. The how people are how long will it take? How much does it cost? So, once you know kind of what you are and a little bit of an idea of who the person you are that you're prospecting for LifeWave, you can gauge how you share with them about the products. And then it was she had another couple rhymes, bringing compassion back into fashion. So that's what we're doing right now in the world. And all of us are a light that can do that, and a gift in the lift. And then be a helper, not a yelper. So if you want to have some more fun little ditties and be able to brighten your day and get a hoot, and at the end, she was talking about different types of phones. I'm not going to give it away. You guys have to watch her because it was hilarious. She was talking about getting different kind of phones instead of your good old cell phone. And, being in a grocery store with a different type of phone. I'm not going to give it away. That's your little surprise. You have to watch it. So that's Christine Cashin, week 4 of Empower, and give yourself a dose of joy. So that's it for me, Robin.
That was wonderful. Thank you. I love the what I say comes my way. So really, really paying attention to what is going on and our thoughts, and what's coming out of our mouth can make a difference. And those different personalities, I think I'm all of them. But like you said, it's really entertaining. Those rhymes are really fun, and it is really uplifting. And thank you, Michelle. That was a wonderful job sharing. So you can mute your screen now. So thank you so much. Pleasure having you with us. So a few final details I just want to go through. Again, we are doing the Empower series, so it's time to be reviewing each one of the segments. There's so much fun. And the reason, and thank you, Helen and Tim Peak, because it was their idea to review this because there was so much value. And those of us that are reviewing it are finding like we're learning things we didn't even realize we learned the first time. So there's tremendous value in the review, and it's impacting people's business. That's why we really chose to do this for the team is that it's going to make a difference, not just in your business, but in your life. And as we know, this is a personal development program with a compensation plan. So that's the Empower series. And just a little bit about this week. We already talked, and I didn't put, let's see, on this week we have the call this evening. We have David Schmidt on Wednesday at 5 p.m. And for guests and distributors, we have our chats on Monday and Thursday morning. Monday is a product focus. Thursday is a business focus. We share testimonials, we share stories. We're very informal. For some of us, it's very early. And so you'll get to see us looking a little bit differently than we do later in the day. But we have a great time together, building community, learning from each other, being inspired with each other. And then tomorrow night, we have our doctor's call. I like to call it the LifeWave and X39 introduction. This is a great call to bring your guests, people that are just learning about LifeWave for the very first time, because we do explain a little bit about the history of the company and our founder, David, and the technology. We bring on a rotation of different doctors. Tomorrow night is Dr. Shauna. It says Dr. Walter Young. It is Dr. Shauna tomorrow. She's definitely a favorite. Actually, everyone's turning into a favorite, all four of them that we've got going. And once in a while, we have Dr. Nicholas. So bottom line, this is a really amazing week that we have David Schmidt for our team. So please, if you did not get the invitation through the newsletter email list, make sure, ask your sponsor to get you a copy of the newsletter so you can be added to the email list. And that comes out every Monday afternoon, where we give these updates and all the links and everything. So I think that is all we wanted to cover tonight. Gregory, anything else?
Yeah, at the risk of sounding like a broken record, I just want to put in a plug for the Getting Started guide and the Getting Started orientation and training replay. There's new people joining us every day, every week, and I want to make sure that we're getting every new member of the opportunity in the community the best chance they can to succeed. And a Getting Started guide is kind of step one. So get a copy of the guide into their hands. And get them to listen to the 40-minute recording of me doing a page-by-page walkthrough and training and orientation with the guidebook. And then at the end of that 40-minute, I kind of push them back to you and say, hey, get back with your sponsor or one of your upline leaders, and set up a time for a business planning session. So that's an important cornerstone of our Live Younger success system. And I just want to remind everyone that if you got new members on your team, make sure they're plugging in.
Thank you so much. And you want to plug into Getting Started version 1.7. It keeps getting better and better, and we keep tweaking it, and it's current with our Zooms and all the other things that are happening. So liveyoungergettingstarted.com is Gregory's orientation, and send them version 1.7. It's in the units section. And if you haven't had a good time going through the units section, we highly invite you to do that. Especially, I have a personal love of units number 14, because that's David Schmidt. So if you want to be a student of David, you can get immersed in it there. So thank you everyone for joining us this evening. I will call this call complete, and get to see you tomorrow with Dr. Shauna, Wednesday with David Schmidt. If you have practitioners that have questions, you need to send them to me by tomorrow. I'll go till tomorrow night, because I'm going to be sending them to David ahead of time. So we want to make sure we have them all together by tomorrow night, and I'll get them to David on Wednesday morning. And we're going to have a great time. So thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.